Hello friends, my name is BK Kollapure. In this video, we will study about the moment of inertia. This is a very important property which will help us to design the structural components of a building or even machine components. So this is a very important geometric property. So let us see here. Suppose if I take a force P and if I take a point O, if I join these two by perpendicular distance A, we know moment of force M is equal to, we know moment is force into perpendicular distance. Moment is either clockwise or anti-clockwise. On the same lines, if I take a elemental area dA, if I consider these axes x, o, y, if the coordinates of this is x and y, now moment of force is force into perpendicular distance. On same lines, moment of area will be dA and the distance will be y or x, whatever it is. So here if I take moment of area about OY, this axis, we know force area into perpendicular distance. And what is the perpendicular distance from here? X is the perpendicular distance. So this I'll write it as dA into x. This is moment of area. Now what I'll do, this moment of area I'll once again multiply by the same perpendicular distance x. So what I am doing is I am taking moment of area. This is moment of area, this is moment of area. So this will be equal to dA into x square. Moment of area, and this moment of area we call it as moment of inertia. So moment of inertia is nothing but area into square of the distance from the axis. So always whenever you multiply by square of the distance, it will be moment of inertia. So we call it as moment of inertia. We can also call this one moment of area is first moment of area. And this is moment of area, so I can call it as second moment of area. So here we are interested in moment of inertia. Moment of inertia is nothing but second moment of area. So whenever you multiply the area by the square of the distance, it will be moment of inertia. We have taken the distance from y. Suppose if I take the distance from x, so moment of inertia about x axis will be dA, and what is the distance? It is y. So this will be y square. Like this, we get moment of inertia. If I take about x axis, we get sigma dA. Whenever we want Ixx, we measure the distance in terms of y square, and this will integrate from one point to the other point. So this is the formula for moment of inertia about x axis, and moment of inertia about y axis is given by sigma dA into x square. Xx y, y x, square of the distance, and the unit of this moment of inertia will be mm raised to 4. Area is mm square, so this will be equal to mm raised to 4. So this is the definition for moment of inertia, a very very important structural property which we use in the designing of the structures. Now here you come across two theorems in this, parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem, which you already studied in your PUC. Just we will revise it here. So first we will go with the parallel axis theorem. This states that suppose if I take any body, if this is the center of the body, if I draw a axis through this, we call it as centroidal axis. Horizontal axis will be Ixx. If A is the area of the body. Suppose if I consider a reference axis 1, 1, let it be at a distance of y bar from the centroid. If Ixx is the centroidal axis passing through the center of the body, then the moment of inertia about any axis 1, 1 at a distance y bar from the centroid is given by moment of inertia about any reference axis is equal to moment of inertia about its own axis plus a into y bar square. This is known as the parallel axis theorem. Let's see its proof. Suppose if I consider an elemental strip dA, let this be at a distance of y from the centroid. Y from the centroid. We know moment of inertia is nothing but area into square of the distance. Suppose if I take here moment of inertia of element about 1 that is I am taking moment of inertia of this element about 1. What is moment of inertia? Area into square of the distance. What is the distance from 1? It will be y bar plus y. So this is y bar plus y whole square. So this is for one element. Like this, moment of inertia for whole body, if I call it as I11, this is equal to dA into y bar plus y whole square. We will be using summation of all the areas. So here I can write this as sigma dA. Let us expand a plus b whole square. A square plus b square plus 2ab. So if I separate out this value, sigma dA into y bar square plus sigma dA into y square plus 2y bar sigma dA into y. Now here dA into square of the distance is the moment of inertia. Now here this, if I see sigma dA into y bar square, now I can write this as y bar is common here, constant, y bar square into sigma dA. So this is nothing but A. Sigma dA is the total area and the distance is y bar square. If I take this as sigma dA into y square, you know square of the distance with area will give moment of inertia, and this distance is y. So that is a moment of inertia about x axis. So this will be Ixx. Now coming to this sigma dA into y, this is nothing but the moment of all the areas from the centroid, upper area and lower area. If you take the moments about the centroidal axis, this will be equal to 0. Now if I substitute here, moment of inertia about 1 is equal to Ixx plus ay bar square. This is the parallel axis. Suppose if I take the same body, same centroid, if this is yy, and if I consider any reference axis 2, and if the distance of the centroid, here it is y bar, we will take x bar, and we will take an elemental strip dA at a distance of x. So y bar and y will become x bar and x bar. Now here I22 will be equal to Iyy plus ax bar square. So we call this as parallel axis theorem because 1, xx and strip, they are all parallel to each other. We call this as the parallel axis theorem. So this is, remember here, if this is 1 is horizontal, xx, if this is xx, this is y bar, and here if this is yy, this will be x bar. This is known as the parallel axis theorem. So when parallel is there, definitely we will expect perpendicular also. So next we will see the second theorem, what we call it as a perpendicular axis theorem. Perpendicular axis theorem. Suppose here, if I take any body, let the coordinates of this body bar x bar and y bar. So x bar is the distance from y axis, y bar is the distance from the x axis. Now suppose if I take this figure, now here The theorem states that perpendicular axis, if Ixx and Iyy are the moment of inertia of the body about x-axis and y-axis passing through the centroid, then the moment of inertia about the z-axis is given by Ixx plus Iyy. This is known as the perpendicular. Suppose if I take a body, this is xx, this is yy, and perpendicular to the board will be zz. So Izz is given by Ixx plus Iyy. So let us see the proof for this. So simple statement here is Izz is equal to Ixx plus Iyy. Now here, if I take moment of area about zz, that means if I am taking moment from, see if I take moment from x, this is the distance. If I take moment from y, this is the distance. When I take moment here, this will be happening to the perpendicular distance. So what is the moment, and the axis that exists here is the z axis. So if I take moment about z axis, so it will be dA into r square. So this is for one element like this. If I take for the whole body, Izz will be equal to integral dA into r square. So this I can write it as integral dA. We know r square, this is a right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem, x bar square plus y bar square. So I can write this as x bar square plus y bar square. So if I separate out this value, integral dA into y bar square plus integral dA into x bar square. I just change the interchange them. Now here we know area into square of the distance gives you the moment of inertia. Y means this will be equal to xx, and x means this will be Iyy. So this is Izz is equal to Ixx plus Iy. This is according to the perpendicular axis theorem. Now these two theorems will help us to derive the moment of inertia of some regular figures. As in center of gravity we have seen regular figures are square or rectangle, circle, semicircle, quarter circle, triangle. So similarly in this chapter also we are going to use these figures to solve the problems. So let us see one by one what is the moment of inertia of the different figures we come across. We will begin with the simple figure, the rectangle, very commonly used figure. So let us try to find out moment of inertia. We will abbreviate it as MI, moment of inertia of rectangle of size B by D. Suppose if I consider the rectangle here, let us consider a rectangle. The width of the rectangle is say B and the depth of the rectangle is say D. We know the centroid now of a rectangle is at the center. This is the centroid. If I pass an axis through this, this will be x-axis. Now here, let us consider an elemental strip. Elemental strip at a distance of y from the axis. Let the thickness of this will be dy. So area into square of the distance will give you the moment of inertia. So what we'll do here is, we'll take the area. Area will be B into dy. So dA, area will be B into dy. Now moment of area, moment of element about xx. So whenever we say like this, so this is nothing but dA into y square. So here B into dy is area, and what is the distance of the centroid of the element from xx? So this will be y square. So here this will be equal to by squared into dy. So this is moment of inertia of one element. Like this, moment of inertia of whole rectangle Ixx will be equal to integral by squared into d1, and the limits of integration here will be, we are measuring y from the center. So this is upper half and this is lower half. So the limits of y will be minus d by 2 to plus d by 2. So it is minus d by 2 to plus d by 2. If we integrate this variable is b, and y square will be y3 by 3 into minus d by 2 to plus d by 2. If you substitute these limits and simplify it, you get Ixx is equal to b d cube by 12. Very important formula, you will have to remember this. Moment of inertia of a rectangle is b d cube by 12. Now here if you see to this formula, b is this width and d is the depth. And here you see this cube value is perpendicular to the axis. This is our axis xx. Which dimension is perpendicular to the axis? D. And that value is a cube. So perpendicular distance is cube value. Perpendicular distance is the cube value. On same lines, if I see the rectangle, if this is yy, let us consider a elemental strip at a distance x and this thickness be dx. Again if I go on the same lines, you get Iyy will be equal to, general formula is b d cube by 12. Cube value is always perpendicular to the axis. Now what is our axis here? This is our axis. And which dimension is perpendicular to that? B is the perpendicular dimension. So that should be cube. So what is left is d b cube divided by 12. So see the change here. D is cube times here, and here b is cube times here. So if you calculate Ixx and Iyy for any figure, suppose if I say 20 by 30 dimension, always depth wise you will be giving more moment of inertia, because depth wise will be cube, and depth wise if it is more, this will be cube, will be very high value, whereas b is 20, any cube value, less value will be less moment of inertia. So moment of inertia here will be more whose depth is more, right? So this is a moment of inertia. Please remember this formula, b d cube by 12. Next we will go to another simple figure which we regularly use. Is a circle. Is a circle of radius r. Suppose if I take a circle, if the center of the circle is here, this happens to be center and centroid also, both will be same. If the radius of the circle is say r. Now I will consider an elemental strip here. Of small thickness. So here this is the elemental strip I am taking. Let the elemental strip be at a distance of x from the center, and let the thickness of this elemental strip be dx. Right? Now we want to find out the moment of inertia of this circular area. So what we will see is, take a circle of radius r with G or C as the center, take an elemental strip of thickness dx at a distance x from the center. Now here, if I draw a horizontal line through the center, this will be your xx. If I draw a vertical line through the center, this will be yy. Now this strip what I have taken is neither from x bar or y bar. I have taken the distance from center, and we know the axis which is at the center is z axis. So remember, in circle we are taking the moment of the area from z axis. So here area of elemental ring dA. Now here the thickness is so small, we take area as perimeter or length into the thickness. Length into thickness. Here length is nothing but the perimeter. So this perimeter is given by 2 pi r into the thickness is dx. 2 pi r into dx. So moment of area, moment of inertia about zz, moment of inertia about zz. We know moment of inertia is area into square of the distance. What is the square distance here? X. So it will be x square. So this will be equal to 2 pi r x into dx. Now this is the moment of inertia of one element. Like this, we will find out moment of inertia of whole circle about, this is important in case of circle only, zz. So this will be equal to izz, and this will be equal to integral 2 pi r x into dx. What is variable here is dx. So we are measuring x from the center to x is equal to r. So the limits of x will be 0 to x, 0 to r. If you integrate this, you get 2 pi r into x square by 2, 0 to r. You get this will be equal to pi r square divided by pi r square by 2. So this is moment of inertia about zz axis. So izz will be equal to pi r square into r cube. So this is pi r raised to 4 by 2. So we are not interested in izz, we are interested in ixx and iyy. And in case of circle, we know ixx is equal to iyy. So here, if I use perpendicular axis theorem, I can find out ixx and iyy. Because we know in perpendicular axis theorem, izz is equal to ixx plus iyy. So this will be equal to twice of either ixx or iyy. We know izz is pi r raised to 4 divided by 2 is equal to ixx. So ixx will be equal to iyy is equal to pi r raised to 4 divided by 4. You have to by heart this formula. Moment of inertia of a circle is given by pi r raised to 4 divided by 4. Pi r raised to 4 divided by 4. So this is the moment of inertia of a circle. We will go to moment of inertia of other figures in the next video. So we are with the moment of inertia. So we are left with now triangle, semicircle and quarter circle, that we will see in the next video. Okay. So please subscribe the channel for more videos. Press the bell icon for notifications. For any questions, you can comment in the comment box. Thank you.